I am making some spinach and eggs. I've already got my onions in there. I got my onions in there cooking already, and I done placed my spinach in the pan, and I have my eggs sitting to the side, and that's what I'm fixing today, and it's gonna be so good. If you have you ever ate poke salad? Poke salad is a plant that grows wild in fields. It might be in your backyard. It might be in your front yard, near your flower bed. You can find in your sunflower that grow wild. That's where you find poke salad. So if you don't have poke salad, this is a substitute for poke salad. I love poke salad, and I want some. I don't have any, but when I lived in East Texas, it would grow wild in my yard. So when it would grow wild in the yard, I would get some poke salad and cook it. I surely would. So instead, because I don't have that, I use a thing of chopped spinach. I rinsed it. I always rinse it because sometimes they just chop this up and put it in the bag. So I always rinse it first. And it's frozen spinach. And so I'm just going, and I put a tablespoon of oil in there. And I'm just going to let that spinach cook. And I have onions in it. And I'm going to put a little salt and pepper in there. But mainly salt when it get close to time for me to actually do my eggs. And it's got some juice going on here because the spinach is what? It was frozen. And so I'm going to show you that right now, what I have already previous done and got ready. Let me show you. There's my spinach right there. There's my spinach, and it is a cooking. It's cooking. And I'm going to put a little seasoning in there. And I cut up a half of an onion. And I also cut up a half an onion and 3 garlic cloves. It's in this. That's previous already been cut up and put in there. As you can see, the spinach is like, it was frozen, so it has a little juice to it, but you're just not even going to worry about that because that's going to cook down and cook out, and that's what you want it to do. And some people might not remember poke salad, and look at that. That's why you clean you rinse them. Look. You rinse them. I did rinse them because you don't never know. Sometimes they're not as clean as you think they are. And I'm just going to let that cook. And it's got a half an onion cut up and 3 garlic cloves. 3 pieces of garlic cloves, not the whole garlic clove. Just 3 pieces of it. And this is a good meal for anybody that got high blood pressure, anybody that got heart trouble, anybody that's diabetic. This is something that you really, really can eat, and it's good. And I'm finna add a little salt in that. And I just want to add a little, not a lot. And the reason I say just a little, and I am going to add some garlic powder in that. I'm going to add a little garlic powder. Like so. I love garlic. Like so. Onion powder. I'm going to put a little of that in there. Like so. And now I'm going to add salt. I don't want a lot. This thing is so crazy. There you go. That's enough. And we're going to stir that up. I always use a wooden spoon because I don't want it to scratch my pan. Non-stick pan that I have here. And you're going to let that cook. This is a good meal. And you can have this with any kind of meat that you want to fix with it. Fried pork chops, or baked pork chops, as we bake everything here. Because my husband is a diabetic, so we bake. Or I use some kind of pecan crust and make it and put it in the oven till it look like it's fried. And I can show y'all that because I did that yesterday. Where did I put it at? Let me show y'all the crusted pork chops that I made yesterday. For today, I cook ahead of time. There they are. They're crusted, and I've made these in the oven. I make my own pecan crust. Make that, and I put it on the pork chops, put it in the oven, and I baked it on 400 for 40 minutes. And that's what I got. And it looks so good and smells incredible. So we're gonna have these. Well, he's gonna have that, and I'm gonna have hot water cornbread with my spinach. Yes. That's for supper today. He's eating his lunch right now. He didn't want to eat directly after breakfast. Lunch came so soon because we ate a little bit later. So I have this ready to go. Let me move this. I always got stuff in the way, child. Let me put that down there. Okay, and we got that. That's just cooking. Because we want to cook that juice out of there. And I have my eggs already ready to go. Guys, it smells incredibly good. It smells so delicious. Somebody saying something. It's what? It grows in a bush piles. Yes. And it is really good too. You are right, Wanda. It is delicious for those that don't know what it is. It is so darn good. But Wanda, you know what? I can't find anywhere anymore. I can't find it. And you're not going to go to the stores and just buy this. So this is a substitute for it if you like this. This is a piece of onion hug is there. This is a substitute. And you just let that simmer a little bit. Let it cook. And most of the juice is going out. When the juice is almost out, you know it's time for your eggs. And I got my eggs right here. And we're going to put those eggs in there in just a minute. I got my eggs right here. And we're going to put those in there in just a minute, guys. And I wouldn't have those eggs if it wasn't for Sharon. Sharon, my friend that lives out here with me, thank you so very much for bringing me eggs. I was almost out of eggs. She brought me eggs. Yeah, so she have a friend that have a farm, and she grows eggs, so she bring me eggs, yes. I want that juice to be gone. Yes. And then we're going to put that on top of that, and we're going to have some good eating there. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. As soon as that cook away. I hope everybody's day is going well. And guys, don't forget Night Talk tonight at 8. Don't forget about Night Talk tonight at 8. You want to be there. You never know what we're going to be talking about. You never know what the conversation is going to be about. And this is a dish that our children grew up on, and they love this. They love spinach and eggs. Love it. And our granddaughter, she likes it too. One of our granddaughters. The bigger, older one, honey child, she don't hardly eat no vegetables. None. None at all. Try to get her to eat some vegetables, she ain't eating it. Gigi, that don't taste right. I don't like that. That ain't good. Girl, it's good. You just don't like it. Come on. Wanda, thank you for joining me. And those that joined but didn't clock in, I'm going to pour some of this juice off because that spinach is ready. I'm going to pour a little off in the sink right now. Just a little of that off. So I can go ahead and add my eggs. I don't want to pour a lot of it off, just a little. Because I'm losing some of my delicious spinach in the sink, and I don't want to do that. I pulled it off, and what you're going to do, you're going to spread it out in the middle there. You're going to spread it out in the middle. Don't worry about the little juice that's there. And you're going to take some olive oil. I'm going to take a little olive oil, and I'm going to put it in the middle there. Like so. That's enough right there. Just like so. And I'm going to take me some eggs. Farm eggs. Look at that. Best eggs in the world. Put one. This is a good meal. If you like poke salad, this is a replacement for poke salad. Yes. Three. You're going to add 4 eggs. That's enough. 4 eggs. And after you add those 4 eggs, you're going to season those 4 eggs. In the middle there, I'm going to season them with a little more garlic. And I'm going to take a little more onion powder to put on there. And I'm going to take some salt. This thing does not want to, it don't like me. My husband can do it and it just go. There you go. Salt. You're going to take your spoon, you're going to start scrambling those eggs right there in the middle. Scramble those eggs. Just scramble those eggs, child. Yes. Start scrambling those eggs. Baby, yes. Then what you going to do? You're going to start adding some of that. Add it in there. And the best ingredient for that I put in there, where is it at? I put just a little in there. So good. It just makes it taste better, guys. It just makes it so much better. So we're going to put a little of that in there. That's enough. And it should be not salty, but enough salt. See those eggs are scrambling? Scramble those eggs. Scramble those eggs. And this is enough for me, just this and some cornbread. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Poke salad, yes. And my mom used to have a son, Vernon, and he lives in the country. And he would come there and he would leave it outside of her door. I went over there one day and she had like 3 bags just full, just sticking out. And I said, oh my God, that's poke salad. Vernon bought her some poke salad. Mom wasn't home yet, and then when she came home, she said, he bought it. I said, yes, Mama, some poke salad. When you gonna cook it? I'm finna cook it right now. Come in here and help me get it together. And so that's how I learned how to cook poke salad, because if you don't know how to cook it properly, it can be deadly. My mom used to wash it a couple of times, and then she'll put it on and let it boil with a little salt. She'll pour that off after it boiled for a minute, pour it off, wash it again, do the same thing all over again. Then she'll do it again. And then the last time she would think she would do, she'll tell me, get the skillet. She'll pour all the water. I'll say, well, Mama, what are we going to do now? She said, I'm going to get those onions ready in the skillet and some eggs. Pour this poke salad over on there. Give me 2 more eggs, because you wanted them to scramble together also. So she'd get those 2 eggs and put it in that pan, and you talking about something good. And she'll make a whole pan of cornbread in the oven. Baby, if I tell you that was some good eating, that was some good eating. And I could just eat this. I don't want nothing else. And you could see how all her kids would be coming to the house. So she'll call them and say, I got some poke salad. And she'll have a whole big skillet full with about 10 eggs in it. And then we'll wash the rest of it, and she'll pre-cook it and put it in the freezer. So when she take it out again to use it, it's been pre-cooked. And you talking about something good. Guys, I'm telling you, if you make this, your family will love you for it, for making that. And that's all you do. And you know what? That's ready. And that was my secret ingredient I showed y'all that I put in there to make it just come alive. That taste. Oh my God, my goodness. What a good eating. And I can, like I said, I can just eat this by itself. It is so darn good. Oh my gosh, this is going to be good. This is going to be delicious, baby, yes. And then that's it. I can cut that off. You know why? That's ready. That is ready to go, and I'm going to taste it for you guys. It's ready. Poke salad is ready. It's ready to go. Do you want some? Yes, it is so good. And I'm going to taste that just a little bit. That's hot. Let me give me a piece of egg. I wish I had another fork. I don't want to eat out of this. I'm going to just put it in my hand. That's hot. I'm going to eat that. Baby. That is darn good. It tastes like poke salad almost. Yes, ma'am. Spinach. And you want to get the frozen spinach or fresh spinach. Fresh. You don't want to get no other kind of spinach. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. And guys, that's it. It is ready. Look at there. That is ready. And this is Bianca. We was cooking some spinach and eggs. And there you go. That is ready to eat. That is ready to go. Can't have it no other way, baby. That is done. And then I'm gonna make some hot water cornbread. Let me see what time it is. It's just 16 after. Yes, and it is good. It is so good, guys. It looks good and it is good. And that is spinach and eggs. If you just came on, all you need is some onion, some garlic cloves. I used 3 pieces off of the garlic, and I used a half an onion, cut it up, put it over in there, and a tablespoon of olive oil. Then I rinsed my frozen spinach. Then I added it over in the pan alone and let it cook for a little bit. And then when it started getting most of the juice out, if it don't, I took it to the sink and drained some of the juice out. And I added 4 eggs. And that's that. And now I'm finna do some cornbread. And how I'm gonna do my cornbread, I'm going to heat some water. My water thing is, I'm gonna just put a little water in this little bowl here that I got right here. Because I'm not making a lot, so I'm gonna put this in the microwave on 4. It's better to boil it, so much better to boil it, but I'm gonna put it in there and I'm gonna make some little cornbread. Put that on 4 and let that cook. And I'm letting y'all look at that. Don't that look good? And I tasted it. It is delicious. That is so good. I just made spinach and eggs. If somebody late coming on here, this is spinach and eggs with onions, garlic, and season it to the proper tea. And I use olive oil. That's all you need to make spinach and eggs. I packed everything up. I can't hardly find bowls or anything. So, this is a bowl. I'm going to use this to do my cornbread in. Gotta make up my cornbread. I'm using this cornmeal because it's got everything in it. 2 cups of cornmeal. I have to move this over so you can see what I'm doing. I'm making cornmeal. Putting 2 cups, 1 cup actually of cornmeal. 1 cup of cornmeal. And this is cornmeal already ready with everything in it. And I don't need eggs in it because I'm making hot water cornbread. And this is the cornbread mix that's already, it has everything already in it. I always put that in there to remind myself. This right here is the corn, it has everything in it already, but I still put extra in there just in case. I put a little baking powder in there, just a little. But this have everything in it already. And I'm gonna put just That much flour because it's supposed to have everything in it already. You put a little baking powder and a little salt. This came out of here. I want to add that back in there. These are just my jars that I keep my cornmeal in. They're very antique and old. I got them from a neighbor years ago. She gave me that. And I just love them. She gave me that. You know what? I don't see any more baking powder, but if you ain't got baking powder, if you have some cornstarch, just a little in there. Same thing. And I'm going to put some salt. Although it's supposed to have that in there too. I'm going to do just a little salt. I don't like bland cornbread at all. That's it. And what I put in mine to make it taste really good, I put a little onion powder in my cornbread. I add just a little. That's enough. Something fell in there off of that salt. Probably fell off my hand. It's a little crumb. My poke salad is ready. This is getting ready to be ready. I need a little spoon. Here's my spoon. I'm just going to stir that. Just going to stir that like so. Get everything all up in there together. I'm just going to make a couple of pieces. And for my husband, because he's going to eat some of it, I'm going to add a little almond flour. Just a little. So he can have a piece. Like so. Just about that much. Almond flour. No eggs. No eggs go in hot water cornbread. No eggs go in that. So remember, if you're making hot water cornbread, no eggs are not allowed. Eggs are not allowed. Just that and your hot water. So we're going to take the hot water. Ooh, it's hot too, honey. Pour that over in there. You want to pour a little at a time. You don't want to pour too much. Just a little at a time. Pour that over in there like so. And that's your hot water cornbread. Something my mama used to make. My grandma used to make it. My grandma Pep used to make this. That's how I learned. My grandma Pep. She used to make this. That was my mom's mother. And then my daddy's mom, she used to make it all the time too for us. You want to add your water gradually. You don't want to just pour all that water in there, because then you have to add some more ingredients in there because you got too much water in there. You don't want to have to do that. Then I'm going to add a little bit more. Depends on how thick you want it or whatever. Yeah. That's it. When it get like that, I think that's a good consistency right there. Just like so. And I'm going to take this spoon and move that off of there because this is hot. This is very, very hot. Take that off of there like so. Stir that. Then if you want to add a little more water, it's up to you how much water you add. Be like, I don't like it that thick. I want it a little bit thinner. So you're just going to add a little more water. That's all you're going to do. And you don't have to add any more salt or anything like that. Because I think I put enough in there. And then I'm going to take my skillet. I'm going to get my cast iron skillet. Because that's the best way to make that cornbread is a cast iron skillet, honey. Let me tell you. There's nothing better than using a cast iron skillet. And for that, we're going to use some vegetable oil. We don't have to taste, it don't take a lot. Some people cook it and it just be really off in there a lot. A lot of oil. It don't take a lot of oil. That's enough oil right there. And I had a little bitty skillet, a smaller skillet, but I packed that up. Of course I did. I'm cooking and I'm packing stuff up. I packed that up already, so I don't have my little bitty small skillet that I actually could just go ahead and use and do the darn thing. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you. So I am making that right now, and I'm going to get ready. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. Is that Girl Dad? Thank you for loving my channel. I appreciate that. Salty bacon. What are you cooking? I made some spinach and eggs. Let me show you that. I made some spinach and eggs. Cut up onion, 3 garlic cloves, a little oil, olive oil, frozen spinach. Rinse it first, drain it, and put it off in here. And we cook it for about 15 or 16 minutes, about 15 minutes. Then you want to open up the mill, and if it's got too much water, you want to drain it. Open up the mill, and then you put your 4 eggs and scramble your eggs, season your eggs, scramble it, and you have this. This is a substitute, if you ever heard of poke salad. Some of y'all might be too young, probably never heard of it. Poke salad. This is what poke salad used to look like. You scramble it. It was just a vegetable that grow wild in your grandmother's yard, in your yard, in the neighbor's yard. It grows wild. So they used to get that, and it was like a delicacy. If you had poke salad for lunch, baby, you had something. You had something good. Everybody wanted to come to your house, baby, because you got some poke salad and eggs. Something that we grew up on. And it used to grow wild. And then we're going to have some hot water cornbread with that. Honey, yes. And I already got my cornbread together. I'm just stirring that again. And that's just a bowl because all my bowls are packed up. So I had to save this bowl so I could make me some cornbread or whatever I wanted to use it for. Because I didn't pack my bowls up, child. Because I still got to move. So I'm packing stuff up. And so there we go. Got that going. And when that grease get hot, you want your grease to be really hot for your cornbread. And you don't have to have a whole cup and a half of cornbread. All that when you put it in there, your oil is just over the top of your cornbread. You don't have to have it like that. That's all I put in the skillet. Look at that. A very small amount. That's all I need. And this is vegetable oil. And I don't want to use a lot of that. So I'm just using a little bit. And I'm going to cook that. And we're going to have that cornbread and the poke salad. And I made pecan crusted pork chops yesterday in the oven for my husband. And I want y'all to see those that just come on. You get to look at those. If I can get this darn top off, child. Oh my goodness. They put that top on there. Look at that. And this is just a container that we had a rotisserie chicken came in. But those are my pecan oven pork chops. Yum, yum. So good, guys. It's going to be good. And you want your grease really hot for your cornbread. Excuse me. It's something out there in that weather, the allergies make it. Let me see if the cornbread is ready. I mean the grease. And to see if you're all ready, you want to take a spoon, put it inside the pot. If you get bubbles all the way around that, you know your oil is ready. And I'm not getting it all around. So it's not ready yet. That grease needs to get just a little bit more hotter. And on this spoon is cornbread that I was trying to stir it up and whatever to get it off the other spoon. I use my spoon. This spoon is actually for my poke salad. I'm going to call it poke salad. It's not. And then we're going to take this and you're just going to put that over in there. It sounds like the grease is hot. Yeah, it's hot. It don't have to be very big pieces. You're going to put it over in there. And I always smash mine down just a little bit in the skillet. I know in the skillet big for just that. I know, child. Put it over in there, and we got one more. One more. We're going to put that over in there, like so. This is some good home cooking. Now, if you don't know anything about poke salad, honey, let me tell you, ask your grandma. Ask your grandma if she's still living. Ask your mom, she might know. And ask your grandmother. Somebody wonder knew what it was. This is what they used to cook for us when we was little. We used to have this and meatloaf and cream potatoes and some red beans, honey. We used to be eating. Yes. And it's like one of my mothers, I call her mother. She was our mother. And, well, she was family. And we would go there, and it looked like her kitchen is empty. And I'd be like, I look at Dark, I say, Mother's supposed to cook. What's she gonna cook? I said, it ain't nothing in here to cook. We'll go outside for a couple of hours, and we'll come back in. And we get back in the house, y'all, Mother got fried chicken, poke salad, red beans, a big old pan of cornbread. And I'm like, corn on the cob. I'm like, where did all that come from? Because one that in the ice box was some eggs and milk. She said, oh, Mother got a freezer outside. And I'm like, tell me something, because that just popped up like that. And you talking about was good. That woman could cook too. It's time to turn that over. It'll let you know when it's time to turn over. That one ain't ready. It'll let you know because it'll be easy to turn. Hot water cornbread, baby. You better get you some. And it's sticking like that because it's got the almond flour in it. That's what's making it stick is the almond flour. And I always keep my skillet clean and in the oven. And when I'm ready to cook, honey, it's ready to go. My grandma say you always keep your skillet clean and keep it in the oven. Because when your dishes are dirty and you got nothing else clean to cook with, you know you got your skillet in the oven ready to cook. So that's why it's so good to listen to your grandma and your grandpas and stuff, because they got that wisdom that you ain't got. They can tell you stuff and teach you about stuff that you don't know nothing about. I would have never known that. Well, I guess I would have, because my mother did the same thing. She would keep her skillet in the oven ready to go. And I say, Mama, what you cooking today? Get my skillet out the oven. And I grab her skillet out of the oven, and that's what she would be cooking, something out of the oven. Getting her skillet out so she can get her food the way she wanted it. So you got to remember that, listen to old people. A lot of us don't want to listen to our grandparents. If I hadn't listened to my grandmother, I wouldn't learn about how to make hot water cornbread, how to make spinach and eggs, and how to do a lot of things. And they tell you how to substitute things for things. That's how I learned about it. If you ain't got no baking powder, you got some cornstarch, put a little cornstarch. It does the same thing that baking powder does. So you have to actually listen and you'll learn. Them old people, they know stuff. That's why it's good to let your kids go stay with their grandparents. Grandparents will teach your kids more than what you teach them. Because they listen to their grandparents more. They really do. You might think they ain't watching you and listening, but honey, they are. 'Cause I listen to my grandmother, honey, look what I'm cooking now. Look what I'm doing. Honey, yes. If it wasn't for my grandma and my grandma Pep, we called her Pep, and she looked like an Indian. Had the long braids on the side of her head. And always was funny all the time, had something funny to say. And she told me one time, I say, well, Grandma, I say, Pep, something is stuck on the skillet on the bottom. How do I get that up? And I went to the sink. She said, don't put no water in my sink, in my pan. You put water in it, you're going to ruin your skillet. I said, well, how do I get that out of there? Look at your hands. You got fingernails, don't you? I said, yeah, but I don't want to. She said, you scrape it with your fingernail and get it off. And then take a damp towel and she poured some oil on the damp towel. And she say, and wipe it out. And now put my skillet back in the oven. She said, if you wash your skillet, you ruin it. So I don't wash my skillet. If I got something stuck in it, That's what I do. I said, well, what if ain't nothing stuck in it? You just rinse it out. You don't rinse it out. You just wipe it with a clean towel and put it back in there. And make sure you put a little oil in it, because oil keep it from rusting. You put a little oil on the top so it won't rust. So you learn from old people if you listen to them. If you don't listen to them, you ain't going to learn nothing. You got to listen to grandma. Listen to older people, period. Because older people got knowledge that you ain't got, and they going to teach you something that you don't know if you listen. So that's how I learned how to cook a lot of things, was from my grandmas and from my mama. I had to listen. That cornbread is ready 2 times on one side. We're going to put it over here. Okay, I'm going to put it over there. And for as my skillet, it's hot. She said when the skillet is hot, you just want to sit it back in the oven, let it cool. And then when it cool, you're going to pour your grease out into your grease pan. And then you're going to wipe it out. Leave a little grease in there so you can wipe it good. And this is why I got this can right here. This is my grease can. My grandmother told me you don't have a real grease can until you have an old coffee teapot. Then you got your grease can. You don't cook tea in it. You don't brew tea in it. It's your grease can. And when your grease get old, you just dump that out and rinse this out real good with hot water and put your little bleach in it and clean it. Wipe it down, wipe the inside out, and start putting your grease back in. And that's why I got this. And you know where I found this? I'm going to tell y'all where I found this at. I found this at Goodwill. I was at Goodwill one day thrifting, and I went to the whatnot area in the kitchen area, and I seen this. I said, oh my God, that is grandma's old grease can. Honey, I rushed over there and picked this up and put it in the basket, and it was only $2. $2. And I got home and washed it like my grandma say, washed it, put a little bleach in there, made my hot soapy water and put it in there, and I rinsed it out, and then I wiped it out good and started using it as a grease can. And I've had this can now for 5 years. I've had this for 5 years. And yes, it was a steal for $2. And I got this, and I love this thing. And now it's getting where when I get ready to take the top off, it's messing up. So I'm going to have to find me another one. Because I have to always do this so I can try to get everything off. So what I do, I just take a little knife. And you know, honey, we know how to rig stuff up. Okay? I take a little knife and do that, and it raises up. And I can take the top off. And I keep it clean. It's just old. It looked dirty, but it's actually clean. It's just old. I've had it for 5 years. And my grandmother used to keep it on the stove, she had a little skillet with a little handle on it. And she stopped using that a long time ago. And so she put it over in there and sit it on the stove. So now I say I got Pep's grease can. I got her grease can. That's her grease can, and that's what I use to put my old grease in. And I love it. And I'm finna taste this for y'all. I'm finna get a little piece of bread. Yes, I got stuff everywhere because I'm moving. I'm gonna get a small piece of bread. Get me a little piece of bread. And I'm gonna taste that for y'all. Got a piece of bread here. Hot water cornbread. Yes, the only way to go, baby. Yes. How come I done lost my spoon? Child, I done lost that spoon that quick. Anyway, I'm going to use the spatula. And get me just a little of that spinach and that egg. And I'm going to put it on that plate. And my grandma used to clean her fingers and her nails. And I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm getting ready to eat my poke salad. I said, but you ain't got no fork. She said, baby, you don't need no fork. You got these. And she would take some of that and then take a piece of cornbread and just eat it. That's how my grandma used to eat. And I'm finna do the same thing. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a fork. I'm going to get a fork. I'm not going to do that. Let me get a fork. There is a fork. That's okay. Here's a plastic fork. It's clean. All of those dishes are clean. So I'm going to take this. Well, hello. How are you, Sarah? And I'm going to take this and I'm going to get me a little piece of that cornbread like so. Look at that. Honey, you better ask somebody. Oh, bless this food in your name and bless the people that came on the day to watch me cook, dear Father, and let them have a wonderful rest of the day. These things I asked in your name. Hallelujah. Okay, and I'm going to take a little piece of that. And I'm going to take a piece of that cornbread. And here we go. Baby. Oh, that's good. Baby, if this is not good, honey, I don't know what to tell you. This is the best thing. Yes, love our grandmas. Yes. Yes, better life. And then I'm going to take another piece. Well, this is just good. This is so good. That poke salad, baby. Although it's spinach and eggs. And you don't need no meat. You don't need nothing else. Baby. This is the best thing ever. It's actually spinach and eggs. Honey, you better make some. You better get you some, I'm telling you right here and now. Because this is good. Do you hear me? That is so good. Sean, wherever you are, I make spinach and eggs, baby. Look at that. Shut up. Throw away the key and lock the front door. This is so good. Ooh, that cornbread is cooked to the T. Honey time, showtime. You better cook some. It's good. Guys, you just don't know what something good is. Baby, let me tell you. Grandma knew what she was talking about, that spinach and that egg. Baby. It ain't poke salad, but it takes the place of it. Because when I woke up this morning, I wanted some greens so bad. I told my husband, I said, I need to go to the store and get some greens. I want some greens so bad, and then I didn't feel like going to the store. So I asked him, you want some greens with them pork chops I cooked yesterday? He said, that sounds good. I said, well, then get up and go to the store. Because I didn't feel like going. I said, get up and go to the store then. But I didn't feel like going. Oh, thank you so much. You like my eyebrows? Thank you. So this is what I'm, child. That ain't good. This is so good. Hello, do I intend to help? I don't know who you're talking to. Help what? I got a little piece more cornbread. I'm going to put this on there. And I'm going to finish this. And this will be my so-called lunch for me. Yes, baby. This is good, guys. Do you hear me? This is so good. Thank you. You can have some here. Baby. This is a meal in itself. Fix this for your family, your kids. They'll love you for it. We got one of our smallest grandkids that like it, Layla. She likes this. She said, I love spinach. Can I have some, G Mama? And I gave her, I said, it's got eggs. I like eggs. And she ate some. And she came back, she said, G Mama, can I have some more? I said, yeah. She said, can I have another piece of cornbread? I said, yeah. And she ate it. You just have to let your kids try stuff. You never know if they're going to like it or not. And here we go. That was good. That was so good. That was delicious. It was so good. My skillet cool off. I'm getting it. And I'm putting the oil off in here. Good food is the key to, it's the key to a man's heart. Yes, it is. And another thing is a key to a man's heart is being kind. Being kind to him and respecting him and showing him love, that is another way to get to a man's heart. Remember that. Show him love, because everybody want to be loved. Show him some love and respect, and lift him up when he's down, and just love him unconditionally. And that means a lot to a man. And then you can cook on top of that. Girl, if he ever leave, I don't think he's going to leave. But if he do, he'll be right back. Because nowadays, a lot of women don't cook. They barely clean their house. They don't cook. A lot of women. And I ain't saying you or nothing like that, just in general. And you know I'm right. A lot of women don't cook anymore. So, honey, it's right. Adam say, be true to your man. Yes, be a true companion. Love him unconditionally. Respect him. Show him dignity. Speak kind words. And when he's down, you go over there and you hug him and say, baby, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. This is just a bad patch we going through right now. But if we work together, we're going to make it through this. And watch him just shine. And watch him just look at you. That's all you got to do is be nice. A man, he ain't so interested in how fine you are, how beautiful you are. He's interested in how true you is to him. How respectful you are to him. How you love him. A man wants to be loved, and most of all, he wants to be respected by you. He wants you there for him. He wants to just be loved. Give him love, all the love you can give him. Because remember, don't let a man love you more than you love him. Don't let a man respect you more than you respect him. Remember that. And I love you guys for coming on here, watching me make that spinach and eggs, and watching me make my hot water cornbread. And as I told you, I made that crusted pecan pork chops yesterday in the oven. And I started to do that online, but I was in here packing, and I had so much stuff everywhere. It was stuff everywhere. I'm like, I ain't got time to do that and do this. So I just went on and cooked without making a video. And so exactly, supporting each other in a relationship, that is so important too. So important. You are so right. Yes. So you just got to love yourself. If you love yourself, it's easy to love your mate. It's easy to show him love. And if he's showing you love, it's easy to give it back to him. But if he's being cruel and ugly to you, that's hard to love a man that's being cruel and ugly. It's hard. So you got to respect that man and let him know he is the king of the castle. He is the king of that castle. Hi, Chanel. He is the king of that castle. Let him know you are the king of the castle. And I'm your queen sitting right next to you. And we're going to run this together, and we're going to make everything work together. We can work this out, just me and you. Because I love you, man. I love you. And I'm going to help you to get where you need to go. And you're going to push me and help me to get where I need to go. We in this together. So if he ain't got no money and I got some money, he still got some money. Because I'm going to say, baby, you know what? I got that. Don't worry about it. You ain't got the money to pay the light bill. It's done. I'm going to pay it. Don't be worried about, well, all you do, I pay everything. I do everything right here. You don't do nothing. I have to come home and cook and take care of the kids. I have to wash everybody's clothes. You don't do nothing. You just go to work and come home. You don't do nothing. Yes, he do. He pay your rent. He give you time. He get up and go to work, and he make the most money. And sometimes women make the most money. That's true. But that man is the head of his household. And because of him being the head of that household, you owe him some respect. Sometimes we need to just close our mouth and be meek and mild sometimes. Be meek and mild sometimes, because if you don't, God will put you in the lion's den, and you don't want to go in there. You don't want to go in there. So love your man, love each other, be kind to each other, lift each other up as in a relationship. We need to lift each other up It's so many people killing these women and women killing their men and their children over nothing. Because I broke up with you, you kill me. You put me in my grave because I broke up with you. So you got to watch what you doing. It's a girl on here. Her name is Matt Carey. She got killed Wednesday. Wednesday, she got murdered by her boyfriend. She broke up with him. But did she break up with him? She let him still live in her apartment with her. If you done, be done. He don't need to be in an apartment with you. You done with him. You giving him too much access to you. So she on the computer with her 3 friends. This dude come in and shoot her in the back of her head 2 times, in her neck once, and in her back, killing her. Somebody called her mom because it was one of her friends that was alive. They was live on the video like we are. And he killed her. Then he was a coward. He ran away. And the cops found him. He killed himself. He shot himself. So who gonna pay for her murder? Who gonna get? How they gonna get justice? Because you in a bad relationship, you leave that relationship. It don't mean we need to go talk. Can I talk to you? No, we done. I'm not talking to you no more. We're done. And he said he didn't have nowhere to stay. He didn't have money, so he couldn't afford to live on his own. He didn't have nowhere to go. Can I just stay here? She should have told him, no, you can't stay here because I'm done with you. So he came on in the house and he killed her because he didn't want to be a man and stand up and take care of his responsibility, which was himself. So he killed himself, killed her and killed himself. Took her away from her parents, her siblings, her friends. It ain't worth it. If you get a sign that somebody is doing to you, something to you that's wrong, run away. Run away. Leave that person. You don't deserve that. If he's telling you how to wear your clothes, how to fix your hair, what shoes you need to wear, what friends need to be your friends and who don't need to be your friends, you don't need to be with him. Let it go. Because if he's telling you all that, you're his possession. You're his porcelain doll. He owns you. Hello, Noah. He owns you. He think you are his possession. So when you start opening up your mind and thinking he's taking advantage of me, he's using me, then he put those hands on you and you still stay there. Oh, I got her. I can do anything I want to do. I can kill her if I want to. I can do whatever I want to do with her. Because she don't even care about herself anymore. She don't care at all. I got her where I want her. You got to be strong. You got to be strong. Hello, Mark. You, Mac. You got to be strong, guys. You got to be strong. When a relationship is over, you have ended it. Ended. Let that be it. Ain't no more, let's talk, baby. Let's do this, baby. Let's meet over here at our favorite place. It's over. Because that can be your last time meeting. That can be it for you. He killed this girl on a live video. And I ain't going to hold you guys much longer. I appreciate you. Those that came on, I showed them. I made spinach and eggs. I'm going to show them to you. This is what I made. My spinach and eggs. We got off topic there. I got lost for a minute. And I made some hot water cornbread. I ate one with some spinach, so that's what I made today. And when you come on with cooking with Fancy, you don't never know what we're going to end up talking about, baby. You don't know. So just, hey, stop by and come on here. And let's not forget about tonight. Tonight is Night Talk at 8 o'clock. Come on, and when you come in the room, I really, truly appreciate it if you hit that like button. Just give me a like. That's all you got to do. So simple, just thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. And if you're new here, you just came on, subscribe to my channel, like my channel, and come back on because we always talking some good, righteous stuff. And we are woke people. I'm woke. And are you woke? Be woke. Okay? I love you guys and thank everybody for coming on. Brian, Nor, who's that? Saur, Nicholas, and who else came on here? Mac, Nor, Crit, China. Is that Chris? Chris came on. Adria came on. Brittany came on. Life Work came on. And Tap Band came on. The Great came on. Jake came on. Brian came on. I said Brian. The Goat came on. Ma came on. Is that Myra? Maria came on. Chanel. And guys, thank everybody that came on here. I appreciate you. Is that Tater came on? I might be saying your name wrong. William Adam, I'm sorry. And somebody's name, I can't read that, but you came on and they say they're supporting. Thank you. I appreciate that. They say that they're supporting each other in a relationship came on. Thank you guys for coming on. I so appreciate y'all. Hobo come on. And that's everybody. And Clip came on. Beyond came on. Maja. Kendall. Layla. Guys, Alex, there's so many of y'all. Thank y'all for coming on. And Chapita. If I'm saying y'all's name wrong, that's why I'm saying Sydney, Show. Everybody that came on here. Sarah, Better Life. Guys, I just want to, for life, give me for life, Dream Man, Mary, Gunneville, whoever came on here, thank you guys. There's so many of y'all. I can't name everybody. I appreciate y'all and keep watching, keep joining my channel. You guys rock. And I want to thank all of you guys for 18,000 followers. Thank you so much. I couldn't have did it without you. And I appreciate y'all for liking my channel and coming on. Thank you. And subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace. I'm out.